Okay, we have a couple people on Zoom, and we have a bunch of people in the class. So I'm gonna actually slide this over because I don't want to block anything either, okay? I got lots of materials here. First of all, my name's Harvey Young, and I'm actually the new team leader, okay? So how lucky are you guys? I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Okay. Anyway, the class today is open houses, and I want to infuse some of the things I used back in 2005. I started doing open houses, and I really honestly wasn't sure how to get clients because before that I was a team leader, but the market got really crazy, and I'm going to say it tanked, went down. So I came in when there was distressed homes and everything like that. Anyway, I had to find a way to make money fast because I had 2 houses I have to pay the mortgage on, and it motivated me. Okay, and that's why I tell people I really almost lost 2 houses. Okay, I'm in good shape now, but I used a lot of these methods, and it got me through it. So these methods that I used, because I was thinking, how do I get people? How do I find these people? I'm sitting in front of a window and I'm looking at, and I see cars going by. I say, I know one of these cars, there's probably somebody in there that wants, to buy a house or sell a house. How do I find them? So first thing I did, I went to an open house, and the first one I did was pretty bad because I just sat there and I thought I was going to get business. Doesn't work like that. Okay. So then I came up with something different, and I'm going to be sharing some of that, okay, with you as far as how I capture leads. And I have to reach over here. I have a thing that everything I have templates. By the way, you people, I don't know if you can see this. Okay, they probably can't, but I have a way of doing it that you're going to capture leads. In this sheet, believe it or not, does it because it's got and it's a twofold thing. So I'll share that. Okay, so let's start with this. Okay, ground rules. If you have a phone, turn it on silent or vibrate, okay? Because I have these rules. If it rings, $5 goes to KW Cares, okay? If you pick it up, it's $20, okay? And so if you want, you can still do it and have it ring. If it's like a listing or something, I might pick it up, okay? But if you get a call or something, just take it out to the hall or something like that, right? So, all right, first of all, we want everybody to participate. How you participate here is how you prepare to do your work, okay, wherever you're at, okay? That's a bold saying, by the way. So who took bold here before? Anybody? That person way in the back took bold, okay? Yeah. So, and bold is really, it's intense, okay? And if you like intensity, you want to be successful, you're driven, I took it. And it's pretty intense, some of the stuff that but you make a lot of friends and you network. I think it's a good thing, okay? I would do it again. Actually, I've done it, okay, a couple times. All right. I'm going to just read some of the things. Now, this is really a 4-hour class crammed into 2 hours. So there's things that we're going to pass over. I want to give you things, nuggets that you could take, and it's going to help you make money right away. Some of the other things, does everybody have a manual, or is it on your laptop or whatever?
It was emailed out on an email, and then
okay. So
should
this
also be in the chat for those that are on Zoom.
Okay, so if I click this, nothing. All right, here we go. Okay, this is the introduction, okay? Open house, houses work, before, prepare, and promote, during, build, trust, qualified leads with a lender, okay? And we're gonna do follow-up and stuff like that. So let's move on first, okay? Exercise, okay, lead generate. What did anybody do today or the past week or the last 24 hours for lead generation? Anybody do anything?
Phone calls.
Phone calls. Anybody else? Videos. This is all good stuff. Anything you do is better than doing nothing, okay? Text message, okay? Emails, whatever, okay? just the average agent, by the way, okay? If you do one more phone call or one more text, you take someone out to coffee, you do a video. I don't know too many people just do videos as much as you do, but that's good, okay? You'll be doing more than 50% of all the other agents, okay? I know I keep moving in and out of the screen, so of the people on Zoom, because I'm moving back and forth. Hopefully I'm not getting you dizzy, okay? Okay, read this. By the way, if you have questions, ask me, okay? They say, as I say, the stupid question is the one you don't ask, okay? I used to ask a lot of questions, and if you do that with your clients too, you're gonna learn a lot more, because we are information gatherers. That's why I call myself. I tell my clients, I'm not a salesperson, because I don't want them to think of me as a used car salesperson. So I tell them, I'm an information gatherer, okay? The more information I gather, the more I understand, you know, what your needs are. The better I understand your needs, the better service I'm gonna give you, okay? So ask lots of questions, okay? So, okay, I'm gonna read this thing, and let me see if I can get to this guy, okay? That's where we were, okay? This guy right here, Ron Cathell, I guess that's his name. He said, open houses are one of the easiest, simplest, fastest, and cheapest ways to grow your business, okay? You'll get buyers and you'll get sellers. So one thing I learned was when I first started, I was looking for buyers. However, when I got a lot better, I started to set my open house up, and this is what I do. On the Zoom people, you can't see what I'm doing, but I have a big display of different things, and I also bring my affiliate partners, as I call them, to my open houses, because they're gonna help me so that I'm like rehearsing for listings. You wanna get listings also, okay? And this is a way, and after a while, I'm very in tune to know who is a seller and who is a buyer. The buyers, they come, you're gonna get them. But the sellers, you wanna be able to distinguish them. And after a while, you will. But it takes a little time. You wanna get both though, okay? You wanna work with both, okay? I say be lead greedy, as I tell people, okay? Anybody walks in that door, you gotta say to yourself, that belongs to me, okay? And I don't care if they have an agent, because before, during the pandemic, we did have a tough time with open houses, and that you had to come in with an agent, okay? Now, they're coming in on their own, and they say many of them do not have agents, okay? So, all right. So let's see, okay. Ron, okay, he believes in open houses as a lead generation strategy because they cost next to nothing. And like I told you, I'm gonna show you some low to no cost ways of how I got going, and it got me really going so that I could really get a lot of lead generation done and help me make a lot of money, okay? And I want that to be you, okay? Because these are ways you can make money now, okay? All right, let's see. Oops. This thing very sensitive, this thing, okay? Okay, right now you're here at open houses. Okay, what will make this a great training experience? All right, well, let me ask you, what will make this a great experience for you guys? What do you want as far as training? Anybody?
Like to learn how to sell or to buy or deal with people, how to do open housing. Sure,
There's no wrong answer here. Okay, so whatever you want to learn, we're gonna, you know, if you have questions, like I said, just ask. Okay, and okay, so when I go to an open house, let's see. Okay, question: are you at the open house to sell the house or pick up both buyers and sellers? The answer is you do both, right? That's what I'm there for, and they really know. Before, they didn't do that. They just said, go find buyers. Okay, but honestly, I'll say this too. A lot of the listing agents, including myself, okay, we pay a lot of money to market that property. Usually the listings, if you're doing open house for someone else's listing, the listing is usually going to belong to that listing agent, okay? But like me, okay, what I do is I give you a percentage back still, Okay, that's what I do. And I think the other people do too. Okay, but some agents that I know, it's 100% theirs, but you can do the open house and look for buyers. Buyers that buy eventually become sellers. So it's a good thing. Okay, works. And you're getting an opportunity because the listing agent is spending thousands of dollars to get that house onto the market. So that's why they do that. Okay. Let's see. Okay, this is a really cool graph, I think, if you could see it up there. And as you can see, it's like, okay, what buyers and sellers think about open houses. So for every 100 buyers that come in, they say 44 visit an open house. Okay, 5 buyers use an agent from the open house. 39 buyers leave an open house unrepresented. Okay, represented by another agent. But just because they're represented by another agent doesn't mean you can't get them. If they walk into my open house, I'm going to try to get them. Okay, and here's what I might say. I might say, I'll say, who can be my example? Mia, you want to be okay? Or you want to, okay? We'll just do a fun role play. It's really very simple. So Mia, you have an agent? You said? Just say yes. Okay. All right. So okay, great. Now, how long have you been looking for a house? A month? Okay. Have you found anything? Just say no. Okay. Just pretend. Okay. So, okay, it could be a buyer or a prospect there that's been around for a while looking for a house. And if they've been looking for a while, maybe it could be the other agent, but you can't just say that, right? So what you want to do is say, well, let me ask you something. That's why you want to ask a lot of questions. How long have you been looking? Are you looking particularly in this particular area? Are you open to other areas with some like a similar house to this? And I try to become graphic, meaning, okay, the house that you're selling might be 3-bedroom, 2-bath, yard, close to the highway for easy access, close to the supermarkets, close to good schools. Are you looking for something like that? And you may know other areas as well. So you want to talk to that person, say, are you open to this? But I guess before you talk to them, I would say, well, if I found you the right house, would you consider working with me? And you have to ask that question, because if they're not, then why bother? And you can also ask them, did you sign anything with the other agent or broker? In most of them, no. I've never actually, I know they train people how to sign buyer broker agreements, but honestly, I've never done that. Okay. Has anybody ever done that? Okay. So I try to go on the honor system. Have I been burnt by that? Yes. Okay. I've been burnt because I didn't have one, but most of the people, I'll say the majority of the people, 95% of the people I've ever worked with, they work with me if they committed to me, because I'll tell them, I won't work with anybody unless they commit 100% to me, the way I will commit 100% of my time to you to help you find a house. Okay. So very important. Okay. Anyway, I think, well, 5 out of 44 open houses, house guests use the agent from the open house. Did you know that? Okay. So that's pretty good. And that translates into 1 out of every 6 or 7 guests that come in, you can get them. You should be able to get them. Okay. And that's really where I really got going. And so I think you could do it too. And then with the tools that I'm going to show you also. Okay. Okay. I would think that every open house, you should be able to pick up 1 buyer at least. Okay. That's what you're looking for. Okay. Yeah.
You said that if I find you a house that you like, you can consider working with me.
Yeah.
Why don't that client already said that they have an agent?
Okay, let's just pretend you have you're working with an agent, okay? And I'll give you a scenario that I see often, okay, especially right now, because there's very low inventory, okay? Hey, how you doing? Person comes in, right? And I want to greet them with pleasantries and make sure that I'm approachable. So I'm always smiling, and my head's always nodding up and down. Yes, by the way, because I want them saying yes to me. Okay, I'm serious. I look them in the eye and I do that. So when they come in, I'll say, hey, how long have you been looking in this area for a while? They say, yeah. And now I want to find out if they're working with the agent. So one easy thing that a lot of people use, they go, have you written any offers? Right? And they'll go, yeah, we did. I go, well, obviously you haven't found anything yet, or you wouldn't be here, or you can think that in your head. So the next thing that I would do, I say, okay, well, if I found you a house, okay, what you're looking for, if it's something like this, would you work with me? And I'm going to ask them, I'm going to look you in the eye and ask you that, okay, would you work with me? And I'm going to ask them for that commitment, because I'm not going to go and work with someone who's going to just flake and fly off and go into work with their agent. So if they don't, that's okay. But most people, because I tell them, this is not a personal decision you're making. This is a business decision. Put your business personal mind hat on. Take off that friend hat off. It's not about, like, this is business, and it's the biggest transaction you're going to make. So do you want to work with someone who can find you that house? And what I'm going to have at that house also, okay, I think we're going to be jumping around because it's in here. You're going to have a list of a bunch of other houses in your area. Condos, townhomes, and single family homes. Even if my house that I'm at the open house is a single family home, I'm going to have all kinds of houses in different ranges, because people walking in, like I said, some people aren't qualified. They don't know what they can afford. They're coming in for the first time maybe. So you can show them, hey, there's houses, you send them to the lender, and that's where you might have like someone like Katie talk to them, and you can figure out what they can make. And then you can look at your list that you have there. You might have a list of all these houses from the MLS at different ranges, different sizes, and say, hey, how about this? How about that? Or you gather the information because you're engaging in a conversation with them, and you want to find out what they're, and you can write all this stuff down. And that's going to be on this sign-in sheet that I give you, but you turn it over on the back and the numbers correspond. So before, I used to do take the sheet, right? And then I used to have to look through it, through the light, and line it up and write it on the back. But I got smart and I put the same lines there so I could write the notes in. So this is going to be easy. But there's something else about this sign sheet that nobody ever thought of but me, okay? And I'm going to talk about that later in a second, okay? But anyway, that's what I would do. So if they don't commit to you, no, you're not going to work with them. Oh, if you have an agent, I'm just going to say, well, would you work with me, Sarah? If I found you the right house in the right price, in the right area, blah, 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 whatever, right? And what are you going to say? No, I'm not going to work with you. Okay, that's fine. I'll move on. But if you say yes, okay, so I got to have that commitment. So you'll commit to work with me if I show you the right house and I can help you to get it. So you want to show value, okay? And so if you can find it, they'll work with you, okay? Because you got to tell them this is a business decision, right? Not a friendly personal decision, okay? Anyway, that's what I do, okay? There's questions? Okay, keep going. Okay, best open house ever. Can anybody tell me of an open house? Has anybody done an open house? Okay, tell me the best open house you ever did. Do I have questions about it? Chats? There's chats going on here. Okay. Hey, Raymond, is this okay? Never mind. There's chats. There's questions. Oh, we're good. Okay, we're good. All right. So, can you tell me about an open house you did that was good, or anybody, and why? Okay. Okay. 28. That's good. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. It's good experience for you to go to an open house just to get in front of people, to talk to people. Okay. Now, if you're shy, okay, and you're not like an aggressive person, that's okay. Let the house sell itself. By the way, we have a Toastmasters class in here on Wednesdays that people can go to. And I've been attending it because I know that often I'll say, stuff like that. So I'm trying to improve all the time. And I think that if people go to it, you'll get some benefit. And it's friendly and it's fun. There is a guy that helps run the Toastmasters class, okay? Right there, he just sat down, Kenny, okay? But anyway, I highly recommend that you come in. Brian, okay, oh boy, got more people. Okay, oh, he's leaving. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so, okay, anybody else have a good open house that they had where it just went great for them? You captured all kinds of leads or anything? Okay, well, let's start with, okay, I'm gonna go across, okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm not a real estate agent. So we staged an 8,300 square foot house in Evergreen Hills, and this place was unbelievable. It had this huge game room with 2 pool tables and a bar. It was pretty awesome. So what we did for our real estate agent was we did a wine and design night.
Oh,
And on a Thursday night, and we had about 40 people there on a Thursday night. And this is the sun was going down, and had wonderful views, and people were having a great time. So it's just a way to get people there. Get new leads.
right, no, that's good. Ma'am? Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You sold that house. Oh, congrats. That's good. Yeah. I mean, we need these kind of victories and things like that to help us. I say this, any victory you get could be anytime you close a transaction, go celebrate it. Okay. Because it's not like we get them all the time. Okay. But Kenny?
Yeah, similar to the first open house there were. I got a lead and closed on that one.
Oh, wow. In Saratoga. Okay. Did anybody know that Saratoga, California is named after Saratoga, New York? And so if I tell people all the time, actually I have a cousin who lives in Saratoga, California. They also own a home in Saratoga, New York, because they like it so much. It's very similar. I mean, have I actually told you to close your eyes? I picked you up and I just put you down in Saratoga, New York. You would not know the difference. It's very similar. So little tidbit there. So, all right, let's see. Oh, we just went that. Okay, now this thing's working right. Okay. Agents sit at open houses. Great agents work open houses. I used to see agents when I walked into, I'm showing a buyer, they're sitting there watching TV, playing on their phone, reading a book, you know, or eating. Okay, all no-nos. Okay, you should be there to capture leads. Okay, so if you ever see that, don't be that person. Okay, I actually walked in on one person, they fell asleep. Okay, so you know they were sleeping because nobody might have been coming in. You just never know when someone's gonna come in. And also one thing I want to say, if you have an open house plan from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock or 1:30 to 4:30, whatever, don't leave early. I mean, even if it's dead. I mean, I learned a lesson where, I mean, I never left, okay? I'm thinking, boy, this is terrible. It's raining. It's the worst weather out there. Nobody's gonna come, but someone came. Not only did they buy the listing, but okay, I helped them to buy another house. So it's like, okay, that told me right there, always stay. If you make that commitment, carry it through, okay? Oops.
Treat everybody the same.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to say this though. Okay. Yes. You want to treat them well. And actually when someone walks in the door, okay. How many people have business cards? How many people have business cards with their picture on it? Who doesn't? Everybody has their picture. So when I walk in, I always say something sort of stupid. I say, here's my card. The picture's free. Okay. And what I'm trying to do is break the ice. I want them to know that I'm approachable. So I'll say something like that and I hand them something. I hand them my business card. Now I gave them something. Now I'm going to get something back. everything's reciprocal. Everything I do on purpose and for a purpose. Okay. So when you go in there, be purposeful. Okay. So I always do something like that. Then they can't see it right now, but there's a feng shui thing right here. And some people are into feng shui. Okay. And I could pass some of these out, I suppose. And so, and everything I have here, it's on a template that I could send to you so you can brand it yourself and everything. I'm going to just pass these out right now. And so I actually set up my house feng shui style. Okay. I don't have it up here, but I have the Vastu also. And that goes, because there's a lot of Indians and Chinese who believe in it, or Buddhists, and it's important to them. So if it's important to them, it's important to me now. And actually Donna was saying, hey, let's get a feng shui master in here to talk about that, to teach us more about it, because I learned that different cultures and nationalities, it's important to them. So I used to laugh at it, but now the more I know about it, the more that the potential clients that I'm working or trying to get, the more they respect you and they go, wow, I want to work with this person. So the more you know, the better. Yeah.
So I go back to when the agents went open house.
Yeah.
So I went to a few places, so we would go to an open house, and the owner decided to go home and take a shower. Doing an open house. So it's kind of weird, it's odd. So we went to a few times like that. I don't know why the owner decided to come home, one of them making dinner, the other one's taking a shower. And I was like, and people walked in, I'm like, oh, okay.
Really?
So it's weird. So I think it's best to make sure that whoever lives there do not come home to anything. Because we just stood there like, oh my gosh, what should we close?
Uh-huh.
What should we do?
Oh,
But
I never heard of that.
that's just odd. We just don't know what to do.
Mm.
We stay. But I'm like, okay.
Well, I hope I never run into that situation. I'm definitely going to talk to my sellers, and if they have tenants, I'm going to talk to them. Nobody comes in before you're done. Now, I have done this. If you're showing a house, just because you brought that up, it was during a time they were doing short sales, and all the agents put on the agent private remark, go direct. Okay, just go direct. So we went to this one place. I always do one thing I always do. Okay, I was taught this. Actually, I watched my realtor when I was buying a home. She knocked on the door and says, "Realtor." She yelled it out, and she didn't hear anything. So we'd walk in, we'd go take a look. Well, I did that too, but I came in to a house and I tried to walk into the bedroom. Well, there was things going on that, you know, they didn't tell me that the people were going to be in there, but you'll see all kinds of unusual things but you should knock. But I'm just saying, I caught these people in an awkward situation. Okay. So it was, yeah, similar to that. I mean, what do you do, right? So I go, oh, we'll come back another time. Well, what else can you do, right? So anyway, but I did take we were afraid to open all the other doors up after that, you know? So anyway, okay. I always say this too, rather than asking, can I help you when you're at an open house? I just say, hey, you know what? If you have any questions, I'm right here to answer any questions. It's sort of like when you go to like shopping at Macy's or something like that. The person goes, can I help you? And the person goes, no, just looking, right? It's the same way. So I don't say, can I help you? I just say, hey, I just want to let you know, if you have any questions, I'm here to help you answer whatever questions you have. Okay. Another thing I do is, if I know about the house, I found out they gravitate towards people that are very honest. So I remember one time I went to show a house to a buyer. It wasn't an open house. These other people came and said, hey, can I go see it? My buyer was nice, and they said, okay, we can let them see it. They said 5 minutes. Well, they're in there for 10 minutes, and I had to go to the next place. So I walk in there, I say, you don't want this house. There's like termite issues. You can see right there. There's cracks, there's foundation. I was just telling everything bad about the house. They go, wow, that's kind of realtor I want. I ended up getting them as buyers, okay? Because I was truthful to them and I told them everything about the house. So disclose if you know, and that's the thing about us. Anything we know, we have to disclose, okay? So they want to work with an honest agent, okay? Someone who's going to tell them the truth, right? Okay.
So should you tell them like right there, or you tell them to look at it?
Well, it depends. I think I always disclose. If I know something, it's on the report, it's on the disclosures, and you should read through it. I'm going to tell them, okay, that you know what, they have a termite issue. It's going to cost about $3,000. But guess what? The average in Silicon Valley is about 3,500. So this is not unusual. Okay. Now, when it goes up to like 10, 20,000, now that's major. Okay. That's getting up there. Then that's when I will have, you know, I'm sure the buyer's going to want what, $20,000. But you know what? If you go through some of these companies that they go through, they subcontract those out to other contractors and they make money on it. So if you bring your own contractors out, that costs about half the price. So I say if it's 10,000, we could probably get that done for about 5,000-6,000 because I'll introduce you to my contractors. Okay. They just won't have a clearance on it, but if they're buying it and they want to be there, you know, you can help negotiate those things. And the more partners you have in as far as in real estate, that's why I said you need lenders, you need stagers, you need contractors, you need inspectors, okay, you need title companies, you need all that stuff. So the more people you have that you're referring to them, they're going to refer to you, okay? It's reciprocal, okay? What comes around goes around, as they say, okay? Let's see, open houses work. Okay, takeaways for agents in the growth phase. Well, open houses produce buyers, sellers, and referrals. Okay, you can set a goal. You can make it like a game. Say, hey, every open house I go to, I want to get at least one buyer, maybe two. Try to get two, okay? Or leads, as we want to call them, okay? Always, okay, and learn how to pick out the sellers. That's a little different because they're the ones looking around, and you know what? I don't mind nosy neighbors either, okay? The nosy neighbors know who is going to buy and sell in that neighborhood. So they are one of your best allies to help you, okay? I do not mind them. Now, if they're just in there to eat your food or something, okay, that's a whole different story, okay? But anyway, hopefully they're not there to just do that, okay? Yeah, do everything to get many people there. So, you know what? I have something that she's not here yet, but she's going to bring Beth from Old Republic Home Warranty. I used to go and walk around a certain area and drop door hangers off with my business card on them. And the door hangers that she's going to bring, they're free. So take advantage of that. You get a little exercise, walk around, and you might bump into someone. Okay. If you like to door knock, that stuff, we're going to be talking about that throughout here too. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Open house model. Before, prepare, and promote. Okay, so let's see. Preparing for an open house. Let's see if I get there. Actually, Dora, you want to come up here for a second? Okay. I want her to talk about, if it's your house and you're preparing for open house, talk a little bit about your staging, okay?
Okay, sure. All right, so.
And stand right in here because you're on Zoom.
Oh.
Because I keep moving out, so I don't want.
Hi, everybody. Okay, so I'm Dora with 365 Staging. So a lot of people ask us to help them prepare the house for sale. And so we do have handyman service and house cleaning as well to get everything done in a row. So usually what I do is do the walkthrough. I start with just the very first impression of the house. I'm taking a look at their yard, see if there's any dead plants, you know, garbage, you know, some stuff that's been sitting out for months and they just kind of forget about it. You know, if you have something sitting out for a long time, it just kind of becomes part of the scenery and people just don't even notice it anymore. So sometimes it takes a fresh pair of eyes to point these things out. You know, looking at plants that are kind of half dead, doing some pruning, watering the grass, all these things that people just kind of ignore. And they don't really think about it until they're ready to put the house on sale. So we start from the outside. We One of our most common jobs that we do is painting. So I think that a neutral paint color is absolutely critical for painting all the rooms one color. So what that does is help the house look bigger, and it has a nice flow. So this is not the time to be creative and do an accent wall or do some fun colors. So I'm still surprised when people ask me these questions. Oh, I should do an accent wall. No, this is not the time. Do that in the house that you're buying, right? So we usually pick, I have several colors that work extremely well. I like Kelly Moore. You can get Home Depot to do the same paint color, but we've been using Featherstone a lot. We use Yang Mist, which is a really nice color. And we use Malibu Beige a lot. So what I like to stick with for those colors is like a taupey color, which is a gray beige. So that is probably the #1 job that we do to prepare the house for sales, the painting. Also, if somebody has popcorn ceiling, I highly recommend you get rid of that. There's a lot of homeowners, usually they've lived in the house like 40 years. They just, this is what they grew up with, and they just think it's normal. But any of those younger folks coming in, that is an instant turn off. So I always tell them, get rid of that popcorn ceiling. And another very common job that we do is any old cabinetry. If you are not able to replace that, we typically paint that Swiss coffee with Kelly Moore. So sometimes there are some issues with painting a cabinet. If it's really, really dirty, no matter how much you sand it, some of that grease and stuff that's built up over the years just keeps popping back up. So you don't always get the best result with it. So if it's just kind of beyond repair, this could be a good time to think about replacing your kitchen and the bathrooms. I think those are your really, really important things for your buyers. We recently talked to a gentleman that spent some good money changing out the 2 bathrooms, and they were beautiful. This house is about 40 years old. I mean, he had everything painted. The yard was impeccable, but the kitchen was 40 plus years old. It was all original stuff. And he just could not understand, you know, that people were rejecting the house based on the kitchen. So I think that's a really, really important room to focus on. And our #1 seller for flooring, if your floors look really bad, nobody really wants carpet anymore. Our #1 flooring, and we have a flooring store too, so you get a discount when you buy from us, is SPC Flooring. So that is a very common product. If you're not familiar with SPC, it's stone plastic composite. So it's sort of like a luxury vinyl, but like the most advanced version right now. 100% waterproof, looks like wood. It's absolutely beautiful. It's easy to install. So you can get some fantastic results. Just focus on paint, the cabinetry, the kitchen, the bathrooms, and the flooring. So those are what I
vinyl
recommend.
you talked about, is that less expensive or different? How different is that from laminate or?
Okay, yes. So laminate is almost like a thing of the past now. So they still sell it, and there's even some newfangled 100% waterproof laminate floors, but you have to install it properly, otherwise it will not be waterproof. So I would say just skip the whole laminate thing and just go straight to SPC, because it's inherently waterproof versus, you know, the laminate floors, which is actually a wood core base, like a wood pulp. So if you don't install it properly and the water gets in there, you're still going to have the same problem. Yeah. So price wise, the prices have gone through the roof, as you guys all know, with pretty much any type of building material. Probably
Because
like
of the supply chain.
yes, about 2 years ago it was like $1.99.
Yeah.
That was kind of average price. Now it's like $3.69.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah, so it's
going
really
up.
gone up, but it's you know, very well priced compared to like a wood floor.
Sure.
And much more durable. Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
So yeah, Thora is also the person who stocks up the chips and things like that, and the treats, and she does a lot. So if you ever have questions, go to her for staging, and they do other things in addition to with photos and things like that. But you know, that's more if you're taking care of a listing to get it ready for open house. You want it showing its best, and like the kitchen and the bathrooms, those are really important areas that people focus on, you know, when they're buying a home. Yeah. Anything else?
Absolutely. Yeah, and then just, you know, work with your stager. Usually we can stage it like in one day. So,
Pretty quick.
yeah, so we're very, very fast, and, you know, just got to have it clean too.
Yes.
There's a lot of people
Oh,
that
you
say,
have a cleaning service.
yeah, we have a cleaning service. So I'm still surprised when the agent says, oh, can we clean it after you stage? As I know, you really need to have it cleaned before we stage, because we basically should be the last people in.
Yeah.
And, you know, try not to have any of the handyman still working while the staging is in, because they're not that careful
Oh, yeah.
with the stuff. And we found paint, you know, on our products, and, you know, it's just a mess. So we should be the last people in the house.
For sure.
Yes. Mhm.
Great.
Yep.
Well, thanks. All
right, thank
Okay. All right. So when you're preparing a house, you know, there's a lot of things you can do to ensure success. And as they say, when they look on the web and they see photos and things, they're going to gravitate, as they say, to the shiny nickel. That's the one they're going to go to because it looks the best. They're probably going to buy it. If one person likes the home, chances are someone else will too. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let me see. Okay. Actually, we have to qualify these leads too. So I might as well bring Katie up here, talk about, you know, lending and stuff like that. And usually like in this feng shui thing that I passed out. Oh, you can't see the feng shui thing. I'm going to have to email you guys copies of these. Okay. Angelica and Vishali. Okay. Oh, you want to come around this way? Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Harvey.
Yeah. I didn't forget about you guys, so I'm gonna make sure you guys get the templates and things. But next time, try to come in so you get to meet all these people and network. Okay?
Oh my gosh,
Sure.
I'm so short.
No, that's okay. No, you're fine. You're fine. You can talk to them. Or do you want me to? I should probably slide some of these.
Okay,
Sorry.
so hi, my name is Katie. I work for Key Point Credit Union. I can't move it myself. So I've been in the business since 2004. I used to be a preschool teacher, and then I decided 2004, let's do some mortgage. So it's different from dealing with kids, now dealing with parents. So it's hard, but I love it. That's why I'm still here. So I work for Wells Fargo, Union Bank. I work for broker's office. So I'm here with, but what I do is I have to make sure that the buyer is ready for you guys before you even move forward. Because a lot of time where buyer will not tell you a lot of stuff, but they tell me. They would tell me how much they make, their income, where's the money come from. So that's the thing that I need to know, and that is what gonna make it or break the deal for us. So I always tell them, don't surprise us. Don't all of a sudden before we close, all of a sudden something happened to your money. Because I have cases where buyer decided to take all the money out, 500,000, to buy cash for another house. And the loan supposed to be funded the next day. So we found out, and that's dead. And the thing is, buyers always say it's our fault as a lender.
Buyers are liars.
Some of them. But you know, that's what I do. I have to make sure that they understand a lot of things that you cannot do until the loan is funded, until title recorded. So normally what people always ask me is, okay, so how much can I afford? Honestly, I don't know. I do not know until I see your pay stub. I see how much you have. So we can work on 3% down, 20% down, whatever it is first. So a lot of time people always ask me why I ask so much of document. And the reason for that, because I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. We're all going to close on time. And throughout the transaction, I just want to be a smooth transaction for all of us as possible. Because a lot of time we always find things that it could have been avoided, but no one told us about it. So as for open house, I love to talk at open house, as you can tell. I talk to everybody walking in. I take notes. I love taking notes. So the reason why I take note, because after open house, I like to send an email just to say thank you for stopping by. But I want it more like we actually remember them. We actually know who we're talking to. So let's say if I send out emails to you and I said, you know, it's great to meet your family. Your little son's so cute. And just like things like that, it's more connections.
It's more personal.
Yeah.
Right?
And definitely, we don't want just to be another lender. We don't want to be another realtor. We want a relationship with them. And I think that's worked really good.
You want to make it an experience when they walk in. They remember, wow, this is different. This open house is way different from any other. The other one, yeah, guy sitting there fall asleep. You're there greeting them, giving them information, providing all kinds of things. Okay. So again, it's true. They're going to tell the lender things they will not tell us. They don't want us to know how much they make and stuff, but they have to give it to her if they're going to get qualified. So then after the open house, we get together, we look at the list of the people who came in, we go over it, and we can figure out, you know, who's ready and the best candidates, who's just looking around. Oh, this person's a seller. She can also figure out, okay, well, you know what? They can't qualify unless they sell their house. Well, guess what? You just got a listing. Okay. So she'll figure out all those things and tell them. She may just recommend, hey, I think you're going to really have to sell before you can buy. And then when you do that, then you can afford this, and that helps you. Okay.
Yeah.
So you want a lender who's going to be there. Now, I had this one guy who was a lender. He said, can I do open house with you? He came in, he just sat there, he didn't do nothing. And that's not what I want. Okay. I want someone who's going to go out and engage themselves. Because if you don't, okay, you don't ask for this, you're not going to get it. And you can ask in a subtle way where you're not aggressive. Okay. So I do it very easily. I don't go in there and say, hey, you want to buy this house? I don't come right out and say that, you know. So, you know, I want to find out more about them. And that's what we do.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we always have fun at the open house though.
Well, it's better. It's safety wise. You have another person there. It's safer. Okay. And let's just say it is a dead open house. Then you have someone to talk to.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
But you know, let's say at the open house and for I don't know an hour, there's like no soul up.
Yeah.
But at least we can learn about each other in a way that okay, I have no idea what roads are doing. I mean, some, but not like you guys know so much. That I can learn from you guys. I said, okay, how's the market today? So are there a new rule that I need to know? And you will ask me something. Are there something that the lender's changing? Are there a guideline? Are there a different program that's going on? So it's in a way that we try to use our time wisely, I guess.
Yeah.
So so we learn about not about each other, but about
you can gossip too.
yeah. and that too. But it's always fun to do an open house together. But the things I find that if I work with the realtors that don't talk throughout the open house, honestly, it's not gonna really good in a way, because I work with realtors where I talk all day long. People come in, I will talk about the house. I'm like, okay, I'm not supposed to talk about the house. Or I'm like, oh, here's the flyer. But the realtor's just standing there. So it's kind of not good for the realtor as well. So when we did an open house, I'm like, just tell me.
We can refer to each. You need to speak to this person with this topic, but I'm going to say, when I go into an open house, I make sure that I greet people. I talk to them. You know, they come in. Here's my card. Picture's free. And I shake their hand, right? And I look them in the eye when I do it. I don't do the limp fish wrist thing. Okay, I don't like do that. You don't want to do that. Give them a nice handshake. Look them in the eye. thanks for coming, okay? And then build that rapport. You only got X amount of time to talk to this person. You've got to make it count. And you need to find out who they are. If they're not worth your time, you got to get to the next person.
Yeah.
Okay, don't waste your time, because if it's crowded, you need to know how to filter. Oh, this is not going to be good. Or if you just don't relate, move on. Okay, yeah. So,
I do agree with that, because a lot of time where we do an open house and people just come in real fast. They're like, oh, don't talk to me. I'm like, okay, fine. Just look at the house. It's fine.
if
But
they like it, they'll do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah. But if they do that, then that's what, move to the next person. Don't lose all those chances, right?
yeah.
You want to make them all count. Yeah.
And the other one, just real quick. See, I told you I talk a lot.
That's okay.
So the other thing is a lot of people would come in, and when we say hi to them, they're like, oh, I already have a realtor. Oh, I already have a lender. I'm like, great. Where is the realtor? Why is the realtor not here with you today? So that's why
always
I
say-
just-
Boy, I'll tell you, good realtors always go with their buyers.
Yeah.
Now I have this business card, a different card than this one, right? And I had it made up before. I'll have to get the template, but it says, if someone tries, because I'll tell my buyer ahead of time, say, hey, if someone tries to get to you and ask you for business or something, you give them this card. It says, Katie Wynn is being professionally represented by Harvey Young. Please direct all questions there. That's what the card says. That way I don't lose them. Okay?
Yeah.
Just give it to them. I tell them to give it to them. You educate your buyers. Okay. So that's what I do.
Yeah, I do the same, because a lot of people come in, they're like, oh, I already pre-approved. I'm like, great, but would you like to have a second opinion? So that's why I always tell them, like, okay, it's not like, you know what, that lender did some that. I'm like, that's great that you already pre-approved, but I would love to have an opportunity to give you a second opinion. And a lot of people are like, okay, so that, I think that's break the ice a little bit.
Yeah. No cost, no obligation. Yeah.
I think how we ask
Yeah.
is very important. Just
Mhm.
become, even though a lot of them kind of rude sometimes, honestly, but you know, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, it's fine, because they don't know who we are. We don't know who they are.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
again, it's not personal. It is
Yeah.
business. Okay. And me, I have a sort of a thick skin, but thin skin too, in that I'm sensitive. I don't want to be rejected either, right? Nobody wants to, but it happens.
Yeah.
But if you come in and you're smiling, usually they will smile. Okay. If you're nodding, you're like this, they'll nod with you, and you get them to say yes. That's what I do. Okay. That's what I did when I was in HR. I was a HR director in high tech, and I used to do these kinds of psychological things that I learned. But anyway, it's just habit now. But you'll do it too.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Any questions for me? No?
Besides getting like what you got, umbrellas or something, or what did you of towels or
Not
or
umbrella.
flashlights? Okay.
No.
Yeah. and
Any
make sure you get
questions,
there.
Ryan?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
Oh,
I'm good?
yeah. Are there any questions? Not right now? Okay.
No, I don't
thanks.
think so.
Okay, keep going. All right. We'll keep going right now. Okay. So make sure whoever comes in, let me ask here, when you get a possible client, okay, and you get their information, when do you follow up? That day, 2 days later, a week later? When's the right time to call?
After the open house,
What'd you say?
right after the open house.
Okay. Can you do it before? During the open house?
If they are, you know that they are going to see few more properties, then it may not be, and it depends on how busy your open house is, because you don't want to miss out on other prospecting leads you may get
That's-
during open house.
That's true. Yeah, that is true. So if you have that list of MLS homes, condos, townhomes, and single-family homes with you, then if you know of a house, because not everybody's going to like the house you're at. Okay, that's the fact. So you could tell them there's another house down the street, there's another house over here, or this is in your price range, because after you talk to the lender, then you can make an appointment right away. And I've done that too. Okay. So yes, okay, that's good. Let's see. I'm gonna go preparing for the open house. Okay, set open house goals, number of leads you want to get. We just talked about that. I just say get them all. That's my goal. Hey, you walk in my house, home field advantage for you, right? That's the way I look at it. So be lead greedy, okay? And again, it did take me a little while because I would think of everybody walking in at first as a buyer. But then I could tell after a while, this is not a buyer. This is a seller. And you can see the difference, and you start asking the questions. You want to find out where they are because they could be neighbors. Then you find out, oh, you live around here? Because that's why I always ask. And if you ever walked up and talked to a person, because when I started walking around to prepare for the open house, sometimes I'll put the door hangers on there, and I'll also have this card that is an invite card. And I'm going to show you what that is also. It's on my other presentation. I'm going to have to integrate it into this. But when I'm walking around dropping those invite cards to go to my open house, I might see the person right out in the front. And normally I don't door knock. I'm not a door knocker. If you don't like door knocking, don't do it, okay? If you don't like cold calling, don't do it. But there's other things you can do. There's many things you can do, okay? So I was dropping off these cards for invitation, and I happened to run into someone. And I talked to him, and I said, after introducing myself, I said, so are you looking to sell your house anytime soon? Right when I first met them, and they said, no way, I'm never going to sell, right? That's what they almost all say, to be honest, okay? So I said, okay, well, obviously you must love living here. Why do you like living here so much? And ask them, what do they love? And they'll tell you, oh, I love this, and the neighborhood, it's close to the park, it's convenient for this. And then we talked a little bit, but then I said at the very end, I said, well, let me ask you one last question. If you could move anywhere in the world, where's your dream home going to be? And they go, oh, I think I'll move to Hawaii. So they just told me, I'm not going to move. Then they go, when we got them to the point where, yeah, I'd move to Hawaii. So when someone says no to you, no means, as some of you might know, what does no mean to you? Not now. That's it. Not now. Okay. No means not now. Okay. So be persistent, but not too aggressive. Okay. And if you, like I said, if you do one more text, you do one more email or one more phone call to that person, you're doing more than half of what 50% of agents in the Valley do. Okay. You're going to be that much more successful. All right. Let's see. Okay. Preparing for an open house. Decide which open house to hold. Well, any open house can be good. Obviously, high traffic says, is the house in a high traffic area? That could be a turnoff, okay? Because a lot of people don't want houses on busy streets. So I don't know, that contradicts what I like, okay? But a lot of the clients I have, if a house is on a busy street, I'll say this, that's like $10,000 to $20,000 right off the top. That's what my rule of thumb is. I sold a house on Embarcadero in Palo Alto, and all the neighbors, oh, it's too busy. It's too busy, because it backed up all the time. So you would have, right off the top, you just take 10, 20,000 off. That's the general rule of thumb when I talk to appraisers as well. Something you might know, okay? Does the house have special features? Yeah, if it has something special that relates to you, and it's going to relate to other people, the direction it's in, okay, and you're good with your feng shui, and the directional, and you have clients that might come in that are directionally challenged, that's good to know. Bless you. Okay, is the house in a desirable neighborhood? Obviously, we know that there are some places that are better than others, and it doesn't matter if it's an up or down market or down market. These areas they can carry themselves, and they'll sell no matter what, okay? Most of the time, I should say, okay. Oops, okay. Prepare, stage the house. Well, you can talk to Tora about this, okay, about staging, but does the house have curb appeal? And then she's gonna make sure it looks good before it gets out there, okay? She'll give you, because she's been doing it, how long have you been doing it?
We've been doing this for 6 years.
Okay, and so, you've seen a number of houses. You probably know what a nice house looks like that sells compared to a house that sits on the market.
Yes,
Okay.
we staged over 3,000 houses.
Wow. Okay, that's a lot. Okay, that's a lot of houses. Okay, what do you see when you walk in the door? That's sort of important. So when a person walks in the door, if it looks nice, hey, Usually, by the way, when I set up an open house, I don't set the open house date. I put it on the market like on a Wednesday, but usually Thursday. I put no showings till Saturday, Sunday. And the idea is to create an auction mentality. Okay, what I mean by that is I want everybody going at the same time so they can see each other. So everybody goes on a Saturday to start from either 1 to whatever. Usually the first 2 weekends you get the most people. So when they go there and they see all the competition there, they go, ooh, this is gonna go up. So I try to create that. Now, to have a successful auction, you need bidders, right? So I want to get as many of those people there as possible, and I want them to see each other so they know, okay, these people are hanging around for a long time. They've been in the driveway sitting there and they haven't left. You know, you see all these signs, okay? As a realtor, I see that too. You can see how usually if one person likes that house, someone else will like it, and you know you're in competition, okay? So just some little things like that. Let's see. Do you have a seller's open house checklist? There is a seller's open house checklist, okay? And it's in this presentation here. So we'll get to that, okay? Hang on. Oops. This thing is so sensitive. It goes so fast. Preparing for open house. Prepare to build relationships. What questions will you ask your guests to build rapport, okay? Like I said, when a person comes in, I'm usually, where's the feng shui one? Is this one right? Yeah. The dead center, this person right here is smiling, okay? That's usually me, okay? I usually sit there, I'm trying to break the ice, give them my card, shake their hand, and tell them a little bit about the house, tell them who the other colleagues are. Usually I come in with 3 people. I'll have the lender there, and I'll have another agent there, okay? And I like doing open house because you do meet a lot of people. So I usually do something like that. And then I hand these out. And to some people, it may not mean a thing because they don't know what it is. They don't care. But then they go, oh, this is pretty interesting. It's just fun. But you're breaking ice and so that you could talk to these people. Okay. Keep in mind, there's questions ever, just ask. Okay. Prepare to be the neighborhood and market expert. Okay. I say, I've gone to open houses where people say, hey, can you come here to do an open house? 20 minutes or less, you should be able to get onto Google or whatever and search and on MLS and become the neighborhood expert. It doesn't take that long, okay? So, okay, how do you tell the neighborhood story? I mean, that's why I say get onto the internet and find out about that here. Charming area. You know, this back in 1950, the neighbors and the family used to get together. You talk about how they used to do things. And some places have these kind of parties all the time where they get together and they celebrate the 4th of July or these holidays. And they even have they'll even do garage sales and things together, whatever. And I have a whole strategy on that, by the way, if you're trying to break into a neighborhood. So that's a whole nother topic, but okay. You can have a prepared information packet. If you do, it's nice, but I print some of that stuff out. So that's why I have this other sheet out there. And again, I'm sorry for the people on Zoom, and you'll get it, but I print out like information about that neighborhood. What is the rent going for? What are the schools? Okay. What are the highlighted areas that the restaurants and the attractions and things like that. I have that on one of the sheets I just put there. And then, I brand it with my picture and my name on it, stuff like that. That's simple. That's what I mean, looking it up, finding out about it, how far these places are, and you just put it on a sheet. And so even if I don't remember, which I probably wouldn't, I can just go, oh, here's the sheet, and it tells you. I can just rewrite off it. Okay. After a while, you'll commit it to memory. Okay. Next one. Preparing for the open house. What do buyers want to know? What do sellers want to know? Let's find out. Okay. Preparing for an open house. Some of this stuff. Okay. Definitely be safe. Okay. I think last year or the year before, we read something, I think NAR or CAR sent it out, and they said somebody in Colorado, there was a lady went to go show a house. She never came back, but they found the door open her car. It was right next to the house. Who knows what happened? Do you, anybody remember that?
almost 2 years ago.
2 years ago? Okay. This is in Colorado. They didn't take the wallet. The wallet was still there. The keys were there. Person just disappeared. Okay. So let people know where you're at. If you're on a team, then you should let them know. Okay. I remember when I first started working on another team in another office at KW, we had anybody that was going solo for the first time to meet a brand new person that might have called, take a picture of the car, the license, and send it to someone right away before you get out of the car and stuff. So just take precaution. Okay, be careful. You just don't know who's out there these days. Okay, actually, last year there was a Keller Williams agent in Burlingame. Okay, a male agent, and he got attacked by somebody. I just remember that happened, and it spread down to us. So because it was KW, so we found out about it. But yeah, we've seen things. Check backyard for high fences. By the way, you ever see most houses have 6-foot fences, right? And then they might have lattice. Okay. Do you know why they have that lattice there? And that why you can't build a fence like 8 feet high? Do you know why they have that lattice there? It's so policemen and firemen can get over it, because they can get right through there fast. Okay, that's why they won't you can't put it over 6 feet, but they can break through that and get over the top easy because they're so thin. I just found that out. So anyway, thought you would like to know that. Okay. Okay. Check backyard for, okay. Check cell phone. Okay. Yeah, that's something. There's a lot of houses you'll go to. Your cell phone strength won't be very good. Okay. So that's why you want to notify friends and people where you're at. It's just smart. Okay. And that's why I always say team up. I bring more than one. You bring another agent. I usually bring a lender. But we're all looking out for each other. Okay. And if it's dead, then we have something to talk about too. We can talk to some people. Okay. And it says walk behind guests during the tour. If there's a lot of people in there, I don't worry too much. Okay. But then when you're closing and locking the house back down, make sure you check all those windows and doors and they're locked, because people unlock those things. You never know. I had a house in Sunnyvale that I sold a couple of years ago, 2 years ago. I think and this is something I have no control over. Okay. Somebody probably went in to go show it, opened up the lockbox, went in, and they probably left something unlocked. Well, someone I found out went into the back and they took a shower because all the towels were wet, and they slept on the bed that was in there because it was dirty. It's probably a homeless person, but you just never know. I went back there that night at 1 o'clock in the morning with baseball bats to see if they're going to come back. Okay, nobody came, but lucky. Okay, otherwise I might have to do something. But you know what? I don't want things like that happen. But be careful. Okay, prospecting around open houses. Should I prospect or should I market? That is the question. Okay. Door knocking. Call your Mets. Actually, anybody in here door knock? You do? Okay. You knock. Okay. Hello. Hi. I'm doing good. How can I help you?
Today, just to give you this flyer to know that the home that we hold, but obviously can be very close to you. So if you have some time, just stop by and see.
Okay, great. How big is this house? Okay.
It's all renovated.
Yeah, I saw the construction out there. Yeah, I'd like to stop by and see what it is. I might want to remodel my house. Yeah, you start up a nice conversation like that. Kenny? Yeah, hi.
Hey, Harvey.
Yeah. Hi, how you doing? He knows me.
I just want to invite you to our open house that we have in the community. It's from 1 to 4 today.
Okay.
It's pretty much the same thing as you have, but it's also really nice to kind of gauge what the market trends are.
Yeah.
So you would come out and check it out.
Yeah, I'm thinking about selling my house.
Really?
Yeah. Because so yeah, I'll go check out your house, right? So you never know what you're going to run into. Because people, you just invite them to your open house. You might even ask them, If you know somebody that might be interested, please invite them. Okay, so you go in non-aggressively, and you're not really asking them, but you're inviting them. That's a good thing. Okay, all right.
And also oftentimes the nice have friends and neighbors.
Yeah.
that you might know that.
Yes, that's true too. That happens a lot. Yeah, people want to live close to where their friends are. So, Nora?
Okay, you guys probably know Don Jessup.
Yeah, I know Don.
He's just like a master at all this, right? He would canvass the neighborhood
Mhm.
and let people know that he's having an open house. But then he took it one step further. After the open house, he went back and knocked on all the doors again
Yeah.
and talked to the neighbors about how the open house went.
Oh,
And it was really clever because then when people were ready to sell, they thought about him.
I love that. I never heard of that. I'm gonna talk to that guy. He's a good guy too. Don Jessup is a really nice guy. That actually, a lot of the agents that are here almost ended up going to his office at one point when we're looking around at one point. Yeah, interesting. Very good observation there. I'll have to talk to Don. Okay. Okay, passively attracting leads, adopt the right mindset. Okay. Power of signage. So I have a person on my team, and I've seen people on other teams. I'm not going to point anybody out, but okay, here you have a house, you're in the center, and then you can see like these other little green signs there. Okay, so those are also listings. Okay, and so you have one listing, there's 4 other listings out there. Where you put your signs out when you're directional signs, that's important, because I try to make sure that I'm utilizing my signs so they face in enough direction so I get enough attention. But what I see too is people put their signs, people are driving on the right side, and I see people putting their signs on the left side. They're going right by them. So why even bother putting them on that side? Put them in the direction where the people are driving so they see your signs. Okay, that's a big no-no that I always see. So I'm really particular about where I put my signs, how it's going to attract or people be the most visible. Okay, so let's go into this a little bit more. All right, so you might not be the dominant agent, and you have that one listing in dead center in the middle. Okay. However, if you put enough signs out, they're going to think you're the dominant agent. So at one point, I sort of just watched other agents do it. I had maybe 20, 25 signs out at one point. What happened was over time, few of them flew over from the wind. They got run over. Some people stole some. I don't know why, because it doesn't have their name on it. So I'm down to about like 15 to 18. But the more signs you get out there, the better. Now, I know the local ordinance in Santa Clara County is this: whoever puts their sign on the corner of whatever the corner intersection first, that's the only sign that should be there. But that doesn't happen. You might see like 5 or 6 signs all in the same direction going the same way. So now if you don't have a lot of signs, take advantage of it. They're pointing that direction anyways. Let those point towards where you're going and use your signs, utilize those signs, carefully. But by the way, if anybody ever needed signs, they can always borrow my signs. And I tell people this all the time. Well, I don't want to use your signs. They're going to call you. Well, when they're driving, all they care about is that arrow. They're not looking, okay, there's a sign, let's write his number down. They're not going to sit there and do that. They want to get to that house, and the sign that's on the yard or in front of the house, that's the one that they're going to, if they can get into the house, they'll meet you anyway, okay? But they want to get there, okay? So that's the important thing. And so I like the way they're pointing all these signs. I want to make sure when a person walks in, I go, oh, how did you find the house? Some people say, I just followed your signs. Oh, that's good. They didn't blow over. I'll say that, just to start a conversation. That's what I'm doing. Okay. All right. Signage design, what matter? Okay. Brand yourself. Be sure to put your name in large print on all signs. Goal is get people to see your name over and over. Okay. It's a inexpensive way. Now, what, by the way, I've seen there's agents that leave their signs overnight. That's actually illegal, okay? But agents do it all the time. And I don't do it because that's how you get theft. People take your signs. I found them in dumpsters and stuff like that. I never left them overnight, but I've seen one person, I was trying to sell something. You know, if you belong to SCORE, it's on First Street. So I was trying to sell in the Sonora, these townhomes over there, or condos there. There was an agent. I think it was an agent. Okay, I don't know why, but I had signs everywhere. I caught this person because I saw that I was missing signs. So one time I had other agents go in to do the open house. I sat there and I was trying to catch this person. So there was a person in a blue SUV. I saw him stealing my signs. Now I'm stuck at the light. It would, you know, I'm waiting for it to turn green, but I think they saw me. I was going to come over there and I had my baseball bat, right? And, but I didn't catch them. They took off and I found my signs in the dumpster, but I didn't just find my signs in the dumpster. I found another agent, 2 other agents, they had their signs in the dumpster too. So I don't know. I never caught the person, but they never came back. Yeah. Yeah, could be. Yeah, I don't know why, because it was happening every week, and I said I don't want to lose these signs. They're expensive, right? Signs are expensive. Yeah.
First I heard it in the dumpster, because I remember back in 2000, you mean your sign, somebody would steal it,
Yeah.
and they use it. So they just take out your name and info. You have the sign.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Buy the thing, then you-
Oh, okay. Then they just put it in there.
Yeah, so they basically just steal the frame.
Yeah, the
So
frame.
that's what they do online.
Those frames are expensive. Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, it happens. Okay, it's gonna happen. So that's why I put them out. Oh, by the way, what's a good time to put your signs out before open house? What's the best time? What time? Yeah, I mean, I used to be like 7, then I went to 8, then I went to 9. But the sooner you could get out there, if they're driving back and forth, they see it, it's good. And plus, you'll be the first one, so you could get the best position too. Sometimes it is not, they could be crowded, right? And you want that best position. Now, what happened to me one time in Palo Alto, I put my signs out and there's another agent from another KW Palo Alto office moved my sign. And then where they moved it, they had a pretty big sign, covered mine up. Now, I never respect that person. I never said anything because I don't know if she did it. Okay, I'm saying she, okay, but I don't know if that person did it, or sometimes they have people who put your signs out for you. Could have been them. So I have no proof. But you know what? I also do this. When I'm putting my signs out or collecting them, if I see another person's sign down, I pick theirs up and put it up. Then I call them and say, hey, your sign was down. It was knocked down. I just want to let you know I picked it up for you. Okay. So then I start to build rapport with these other agents because, oh, that's all so nice that he did that. So later on, if I have a client and they happen to be one of the other people, then I will, you know, build rapport with them so I can get into contract with them, you know, so I'll do things like that. So it's just good to do the good neighbor thing, no matter where you go. Okay. Okay. So you put your directional signs before, and you know, you're promoting. People are going to see your signs and they're thinking, wow, you really know what you're doing. And so like, that's why I say, if you have a lot of signs, put them up. Okay. As many as you can. It doesn't hurt. Right? All right. Okay. Prepare and promote. Okay. Tips for sign. Invest in a large quantity of signs. I say maybe 10 to 12, you're okay. If you need more, you could borrow from someone in the office. I lend my signs out. I'm okay with that, you know. But just pick them up after too. So it's just getting the people to your place. That's what you're doing. And I have a little KW thing on there so they know it's KW, okay? Your name in large print, use colorful balloons, place 10 plus signs out. That's all you sort of need, I guess. But if you have more, the more the merrier, as they say, okay? Put signs, this I don't agree with. Put out signs 5 days before open house. Nobody does that, okay? You cannot do that, okay? So maybe in other places they can do it. You cannot do it here, okay? Ask neighbors with This is something I like. Ask neighbors with corner lots, ask them for permission before you put it on there. I never thought, because if you ask for permission, most of the time they're going to say yes. And I don't usually put it right on the stuff to go like flatten their plants or anything like that. But you put it on the corner where it's not going to be anything. It's not going to harm their stuff, but just let them know you're going to do it and you get to meet them. Who knows? It could turn out to be a seller. Okay. Or maybe they know someone. Just again, build rapport. Okay. Place directional signs at every turn, max 3 turns. I'm not sure what they meant by that, to be honest. Okay. But okay. And put your phone number on the sign. Normally, I only got a few calls only because they got lost. Even with directional signs, they got lost. So maybe if there's high winds, some certain places have high winds, your signs can blow down. And maybe that's why they can't find. And I have had this happen. Someone turned my signs in different directions. It could be some kids or something. So people are going all over the place and they're never finding my open house. I've seen that happen too. Okay. Anybody, that happened to anybody? Not yet. Okay. All right. So I'm going to find out where your open house is. Turn around. Just kidding. Okay. All right. This is okay. Now this next one. Oops. Open house. Where is it? Wait a minute. Okay. Look at this open house, by the way, sign. What would you do to improve it? How would you make this better? Anybody? Okay, yeah. What else? I'd put your name on there, right? Yeah, okay, that's what I do. By the way, on page 17, I think if you have the manual, they do have the seller's open house checklist. Okay, what you should do. Okay, you can always get these things there. Let's see. This is an open house checklist. It's on page 17. It's in, but they emailed it to you. Okay. So yeah, you should, it's going to be there. Okay. What is this? Google image. Okay. What is this? Something went down. Okay. All right. Okay. Google bad image. What's a bad image? Hey, Raymond, I guess I have a bad image of something. Oh, low up. Never mind. It's okay now. I think it's okay. Okay. Sorry about that. You start coming down. Okay. Red light, green light thing. Okay. Great ideas for promoting your open house. Local and metropolitan newspapers. Well, we don't do that anymore because at least here we have the internet. Okay. Nobody reads the paper. Okay. Okay. Mail outs. You can do that, but usually if you do that, you have to do it way ahead of time. So I have these cards. I wonder if okay. Hey, Raymond, maybe I can use your help. If you don't mind, okay. Internet marketing, definitely that. MLS marketing, we want to post these things. You can put them in there. KW coaching and courses. I'm not sure about that one. Homes open today. Oh, there's a place you get on this site and you can, homes open today. You can get on that and post your listings. Can you, I want to share my other PowerPoint. So how do I get out of this? I obviously not get out of the Zoom. So I want to show something else. Okay. And I want to use a different PowerPoint that I have. It's probably the next one. This one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. It didn't go on. Oh, you got to share it. It takes a moment.
Yeah, you got a lot open here.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Let's take one. Oh, it's coming up. Okay. Or you might have to advance it. No. I'm going to show you some of the tools that I use, and then I'll give you all the templates to this. If I can show it to you. Unless I can't. Okay. Okay. If you want the different slides, Sarah, if you want the different slides and some of the templates, email Raymond and he'll get it for you. Okay. It's not working?
You know where the file is? You can close it and reopen it.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Don't, okay. Yeah, don't stop. Okay. Is it here? Yes. So I'm gonna go. Oh, that's not it.
Okay. Oh, I think I know. It just kind of took you off the wrong slide.
That's okay. We can get back on after. Oh. Oh, great. Yeah. There. It's not over there yet. Okay. Let me see this.
Hang on, I still have to share it on Zoom.
Oh, okay. We're almost there. We got to just share this. Good. Okay. Now I'm going to. I want to just bring you to some of the slides. I'm going to pass. Oh, these are things I tell you not to do. Okay. And then you see this kind of stuff happening all the time. We don't want to do any of these things. Fall asleep. That's what I'm telling you about. Okay. Anyway, I have a little fun. I want to show you some of the tools that I have. Okay, this right here. So I have a template that you can use, and basically you don't have to use the backside, but it is the same size as this. So I get a heavier stock paper, like a 50-60 weight, and then I just cut it into fours, and I just walk around the neighborhood and I start dropping them off. Okay, so the template, you can obviously change all your information here. This house right here was a house that I did in Saratoga, and so you can change all the information. So I walked around, okay, and I would invite people, and it worked quite well because I have a contest, and that's where this is going to be the thing that I use to get the people to sign, and I get all the information. I'll pass that out in a second, but okay, people on Zoom, you can see this, right?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so these are door hangers that you can get from title companies. Okay, title companies give them to you for free. Home warranty companies, they'll give you these tools. And I just stuck my cards on. There's different variations. So starting on a Thursday or a Wednesday, I might go out and pass out these, put these on the doors, okay? And then the next day I'll do a different one. So I'll use different ones. And then the third day, I usually make sure I send this out. Or I could do this first on Wednesday, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm walking that neighborhood, and this really helped me to get a lot of people there because they all want to win something, a vacation. Because you can see what I have up here. It says, guess the correct sale price of the home and win a getaway vacation price for 2. 3 closest win. That's what I started. But then I got smart, okay, to make sure more people sign up, okay. I changed it to 10 closest entries, okay? So I go, you cannot lose because I want to give it out. What am I giving out? I have these travel vouchers, and I'm going to show you that on Zoom in a second. These travel vouchers, I'm gonna pass these out right now, okay? And I'll pass this out too, one of each, so you can sort of see. Right now, by the way, these are good. You can use them yourself. It's a travel 3-day, 2-night getaway trip, okay? We'll pass this that way. I'm gonna show you why you wanna use some of these tools, okay? Okay, this was the door hanger that I'm gonna walk and I'm gonna pass these things out and as I'm walking the areas, okay? Open day preparation. I put out 25 plus, okay? That's what I used to do. But these are things that I used to do, okay? 8 a.m., okay? Now I wanna get into the tools though. I put out all kinds of signage. This is the house actually I was telling you about on Embarcadero. It was right on a busy street. So I put all kinds of signage out there. I made sure they could see it, okay? And actually, the person who bought it was an Apple person. The wife made the husband stop and they bought the house. So that was good. Okay, let's see. Okay, you wanna quickly build rapport, okay? But I have a handout for this whole thing also that I made. Home field advantage. I'm trying to get to the tools. Hang on. Okay. So I do have this Bagua thing in there. Okay. I try to set up feng shui style for some of the people. And then I have a Vastu because a lot of the Indian clients that are prospective clients, they go by that. So that's something I'm trying to learn about. So anybody knows more about the Vastu, I'd like to learn about that. So, or someone could teach that maybe. And I could teach about this. And we can bring people, actually, maybe we should bring masters in both and teach that because we have a lot of different cultures here. So that'd be cool. So I use this 30-year graph. And actually way back in 1900, the interest rate was 5%. Okay, it's 5%. What is it now? Okay, it's about the same. Hasn't really changed too much. Okay. Okay, now here's the thing. Okay, this right here. Okay, pass this out too. Okay. You never know who's going to come to your open house. So whoever's there, I don't care. Okay, they could be a renter. And what I say, if you see that at the bottom here, it says $3,000. Okay, it's based on 5%. Right, by the way, the 5% interest rate. These are people that that's would be the mortgage. So if they're renting for $3,000, if you go all the way over to the far right to where it says 30 years, if they were paying $3,000 per month for 30 years, their house would be worth $2.5 million right there. So you want to get people out of renting. So whenever I'm in, I have a house and it's near apartments, I put signs in front of those apartments to drive them to the open house as well. Okay. That's rent versus own. Oh, thank you, ma'am. Okay, flyer. Okay, so here's a flyer that I had. This is the actual house. Okay, okay. In the top right, I have it was 1.85. This was back in 2007 or something like that, when I was trying to sell this house in Saratoga. Okay, now keep that number in mind. Okay, keep that number in mind. The 1,800, 1,850,000. Okay, I want to show you this. Okay, this is the registration that I passed out there, and it used to be 3. Now I have 10. Okay, this is what happens. These are real people. Don't call my people though, okay? I'm true. I'm telling you, this is real, okay? But if you look on the right-hand side, that's where that form that I gave you, okay? Do you see anything over 1.85? No, there isn't. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you there isn't, okay? That's my price reduction script. I don't have to say anything, okay? They can call these phone numbers that are all here and find out what they're putting down. So not only is it a tool capturing thing so you can capture your leads, which I've been working off this list and I'm still working off it since 2007. I'm still working with some of these people. And the price point of these people is way up there. And this is just one sheet. I have like I had 3 sheets of this, okay, of people coming in. That's how I prospected. I didn't have any money. I didn't have money for marketing. So that's why I went to this. I made that. So when I got that listing, you can see up there, all I have to do is say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, okay? Unfortunately, you're the highest bidder, okay? You're the highest bidder. You just won your house back. Now, if you really want to sell it, we're going to have to lower it because look at that. There's only one person up there on line 6, that Ling Wang. The reason why she put 185, she's the next door neighbor. She wants it to sell high. Everybody else wasn't, okay? And by the way, I helped this person, Ling Wang, her daughter, to go buy a house, okay? So that's why I'm just telling you, this is how this works. This works as your price reduction script. You don't have to argue with anybody. Say, here's what it is. I'm not making it up. If you don't believe me, call them. Otherwise, you're the highest bidder. You just bought your house back, okay? That's why I did this. So anyway, it works in 2 different ways. Now, if they're all over and high, which a lot of they were before when we had the multiple offers, that's great too, because then you know what the expectations are, okay? But you want to capture all these leads. So these leads, to me, they want to win that contest thing. Everybody wants to win. So you know what? Here's what I do, by the way. I'll call the first 3 people, say, hey, you know what? Congratulations, you won. But for those people who lost, they didn't win, they don't know, but they win, okay? Because in our office, right, in the Keller Williams motto, win, win, or no deal. So I call each one. So I'll go, hey, Thora, thanks for coming to the open house. And thanks for making that guess, okay? And unfortunately, you weren't that close and you didn't win that. But you know what? I really like you, and I like that you helped me with my buyer. Would you mind if I gave you a travel voucher anyway? And nobody ever says no. So guess what? Here's a travel voucher. I'll email it to you, or I'll send it to you, okay? And I'll show you, I think you have a copy of it, right? So by the way, and they have to sign up for it and everything. And I can tell you how that works. But now she's got that travel voucher. And when she says yes, okay, I'll send it to you. By the way, you still looking for a home? Because I gave them something. I'm going to ask them for their business. Can I help you? Okay, so you can change this to not to something else other than a weekend giveaway or something like that if you want. It doesn't have to be this. Okay, you could give whatever you want. I just happen to have that travel voucher thing. Okay, I can show you how to get it if you want it. Okay, because I bought it. Actually, I bought it for $99. I never had to buy it again, and I bought it back in 2000. Actually, I bought it back in 2003, and I decided to use it for this. Okay, what happened was I became what they call referral travel agent. Okay, at that time they had this thing. So I was a referring travel agent. I still have my ID card. So I would go to the airport and I'd say, hey, man, I had a long day today. Would you have any upgrades? And I show them my card. And because they see my card, they go, oh, sure, we'll put you in business class or first class, right? Fly to where I'm going, get off the plane. I go get my rental car. And I say the same thing. Boy, I had a long day today. Sure would make my day if I got an upgrade, right? And if I got a better car, because I have a standard car. So they upgraded me to a luxury car, okay? I'm going to tell you why they do this, okay? Then when I get to the hotel, I have the standard room or whatever, okay? So I said, boy, I had a long day traveling and everything. Sure would make my day if you had any upgrades. Show them my card. Right? It was a travel agent card, right? And they, sure, we have this. We'll put you in this suite. Okay, 4 rooms. I slept in a different room every night. That was pretty cool, right? And so anyway, actually, let me just bring the card out real quick. So I still have this card. Okay, it's a travel agent card. I am no longer that. I can't do it now. Why did they do that? Why do you think they did that for me? Those upgrades. Anybody? They know, okay, good. That's exactly it. So they know that if they give me those comps and things and I enjoy it and I really like it, I'm going to refer them to other people as well. Say, yeah, use Hertz Rent-A-Car or whatever. Use the Holiday Inn or the Hilton or whatever, or you fly United, fly American because they have great service stuff. They gave me these upgrades. They know that that they're going to get that same kind of thing. So or I'm going to refer them those people. So they quickly just upgraded me. Okay. So anyway, I wonder if you could try it without telling you're a travel agent. Now I'm no longer a travel agent, but I haven't tried that since, but that's what I did. And now that contest or the vacation voucher, okay, what happened? Why is that free? Okay. Now I could print out, hey, Raymond, can you come up once more? I want to show them this because I want to make sure if you guys want to get this, you can get it. Now they have like gas, if you want to get gas, and that's really important now. Groceries, but I chose vacations. People like to travel. Can you get this out here? And I want to show them like a different slide or something.
On the
Oh, or
same
no, a
slide.
website. On my email. So I just want to go to my site. And I'm on Firefox. Because I
It's
don't
'cause
use
I
Chrome.
can't-
Yeah, sorry. Yes. Is it there? I'm not sure which one it is.
Open up a new tab.
Okay, that's right. Get to my. Okay, this one I might be close. I'm just going to show you one of the little tricks. That's good. That's it right there. That's right. You got to make it share. And this is something that you can use. If you look at the bottom, okay, I'm going to go here. Okay, see it says travel certificates. Okay, so these are 5 different templates that I can use. I'll choose this one. Okay, so I'll say email, or I could say print, I guess, whatever. Okay, oh, I got to log in again. Okay, let's see. Let me do this because I forget everything. So go here. Oh, got this. Is this log in? Okay, here I am. I'm back in certificates. So I bought this thing for $99, right? So here's what I've been doing. I'm gonna click print. Okay, and notice right here, I could put anything here. I could put your name. I could put, you can change this always. Okay, you can always change this. And right here, I could print out 1 million of these if I want. Okay, I don't need 1 million, but let's just say I'm going to print one for now. I'm going to create one. When it comes up, I want to show you something. Now we have something that you do when you get you capture your leads on that list or whatever that I gave you. You want to put those people, the contact people, into your command, okay, in your contact management system or whatever you're using. And then this could be part of it. So what is like a 8x8? Does anybody know? Donna, you know. Can you tell everybody?
You touch somebody 8 times for 8 weeks straight.
Yeah, when you're first starting out, 8 straight weeks right in the beginning, okay, they will not forget you. That's like a metric thing they have. Then after that, you can do what they call 12 by 12. What's that, Donna?
Touch them 12 times once a month.
Yeah, so after that, you can convert to that. But then we have this thing called 33 touch. That means every 17 days, okay, 365 days a year, every 17 days, if you're touching that person with a text, email, phone call, something, okay, every 17 days, they will not forget who you are, okay? So this could be part of it. Could be birthdays, could be holidays. There's many reasons why you can contact someone, okay? So let me show you this. So this one is printed out, or it can be printed out, I should say. It's got my information there. It could have your information. I don't know if I can move this thing. Yeah, I can. Okay, I'm gonna move it up here. Okay, can you see it says expiration date? Okay, November 26th. So this thing will expire, I think it's like 30 something days, and everyone's different. It has this redemption code at the bottom, okay? They're different. So I could print out 10, they're all different. So I could give it to 10 different people if I want. I could use it. I send it to my cousins and things for birthdays and things like that, you know, because I want to make sure they're using me, right? You could give it out for any occasion. People come to, that's what I try to make it so it's more valuable. That's why I want them to fill out that sign-in sheet and guess. But then this is the part where I was telling them, you know, why I said, hey, Thor, thanks for coming to the open house. And even if you didn't win, but you're so nice to help out the seller, could really help them understand the market. Would you mind if I gave you a travel voucher? And they all say yes. Nobody's ever refused me. People actually called me and said, hey, you know what? Oh, by the way, because this expires in November, we're not quite. So I think it's 45 days. No, it can't be. How many days is that? Is that like from today, November 26th, and we're still September. So that like almost 2 months. Okay. Well, every 2 months, it gives you a chance. I'll say, hey, Thor, did you get a chance to use your travel voucher? You didn't? Tell you what, I'll send you another. I just want to make sure you get a chance to use it. It gives you a chance to follow up with them. I try to use everything so I can keep following up. Okay. So there is a way for you to get this. And if you want, talk to me after, I'll show you how to get it. Okay. So, but I've been using it for a long time. And look at the places you can go to. There's 18 different places. Las Vegas, people are heading there now, right? I've never been to Hilton, South Carolina. I've been to Disneyland in Anaheim. I love going to Lake Tahoe. Okay. Never been to Myrtle Beach, East Coast. Palm Springs, I've never been there. I heard it's pretty hot, but I heard it's pretty nice too. Yeah. Okay. Yes, you people get to travel. Good for you. All right. Yeah. So, but if you look at some of these places, they used to, okay, Orlando, Florida, I've been there. Reno. So these are 4 to 5 star hotels they get to stay in. So you can get there. And by the way, here's something important. On the middle part where it says at the very middle paragraph, at the very end, the last sentence says, this offer is not connected or associated with any timeshare presentation or sales pitch of any kind. Because they go, oh, there's probably a timeshare or something. Nobody wants to go to those things. So it says it right there. The only thing they pay for at the very top paragraph, it says there's a $12 fee, which covers postage, handling, and the processing fee. Okay. And there also is a tax thing, I think, $23.95. That's on the second paragraph, the second line, nobody pays for your taxes. Okay. Now, the reason why these hotels can offer that is, okay, let's just look in this office. Let's just say it's half staffed with the people we have in here. Okay. Regardless if it's half staff or full staff, Stacy's here, Raymond's here. They're getting paid. They're going to be here. So they feel like, okay, let's fill up this hotel. Let's make sure we get everybody in here if we can, because we still have to maintain it. So let's put everybody to work. And then those people come and they enjoy it. They're going to refer people and they're going to come back. So that's why they give these things away. So I'm just letting you know how they do it. Okay. So that's what this is. Let's see. Hey, Raymond, can you come back? Got to get out of this now. At least one person has to be 21 or older. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got to get out of this and back into the thing again. Which one? Let's go back into the original one. I'm going to skim through some of this stuff because we've been jumping around, by the way. Okay. And like I said, if you have questions, even afterwards, you can always contact me because I think everybody's got my contact.
I don't know where you were because it got moved.
Oh, I'll find it. Yeah, it's beyond that, but that's okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna send all those templates. And there's some that I didn't even show. Email Raymond, say, hey, I want those open house templates, and he'll send them to you.
Look at what Barbie.
What's that? Yeah, you know what? What I was going to do was, when I get some listings back up, I will invite whoever, I did this. I invited whoever wanted to go to the open house. I'll say like, Katie, you're up. Okay, watch me do this first. You're next. Next person comes in, you're going to talk to them the way I did. You'll get done. Okay. Once she gets done, she'll come back. I'll critique her. The next person comes in, you're next. And we go through it. And then we critique each other, you know, positive stuff, you know, reinforcement. But I'll show people exactly what I do. And I'm telling you, I got those lists filled up and I've been using them ever since. And you would think that people who make a lot of money, I got to be in front of the camera. You would think that people who make a lot of money, and we're talking at that time, $1 million, $2 million back then, that was rare to get that kind of person to write down all their information. Okay. But they all want to win. So win something, whatever. Okay. I've seen some people change it. They're giving away Home Depot cards or whatever, you know, whatever you want to do. Or if you want to do what I was doing, I'll show you what you can do. Okay. Now let's find out where these leads. I think we did some of these green tour. I want to find out. So we have to keep going. Well, during the open house, you definitely want to ask for referrals. Okay. Let's see, but there was some of this I want to skip over. I'm not sure what market. Let's see. Discussion. What is your goal toward becoming? Oh, this was a good thing. This doesn't. Okay. Putting it together. Power session. I got to find out where it was. Oh, okay. This is something. The name of this course is obviously 36-12-3. 36 transactions in 12 months, 3 hours a day. Okay. I'll be honest. I don't spend 3 hours a day on it. Okay. If you've been in doing real estate, once you get to the third year, you're going to start getting repeat customers, because a person who buys a townhome or a condo, about 3 to 5 years, they're going to turn it over. They want to move up usually. Okay. So that means if they get into a single family house, I think that's like 5 to 8 years. They're going to stay in that house before they might turn over and maybe move to a bigger house and to a different area where they have better schools if they're going to have family. Okay. So again, about the 3-year mark, I started getting a lot of repeat customers. Okay. Repeat clients, I should say. And so that was good. But okay, the 3-hour habit, time block 3 hours every day, workday before noon. So like 9 to 12, you might be making calls. Donna, would you mind if I ask how you do it? Morning? Okay.
So you know what, I mean, I play with the door. If I'm not getting a lot of answers or conversations in the mornings, I might change it up and do it like in the afternoon. Sometimes the evening is the best time.
That's smart.
When people work from home now,
Yeah.
there's no consistency around it.
Mm-hmm.
It's whatever they call. So if they didn't call, if they didn't answer yesterday, next time I call them, it might be
Mm-hmm.
in the afternoon.
No, that's very smart. I always think if I'm coming into this office here, I want, you don't see the same people here at the same time every day. So you come different days and different times.
And they said they can't see in the Zoom.
Oh, really?
Oh, it says
Okay.
it's paused.
Oh, pause. Can you guys see now?
No.
Oh. Okay, can you guys see now?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Sorry about that. That's Raymond's fault. Just kidding. It's not my fault. Just kidding. All right. Okay. No skipping. If you must erase, you must replace. They always say that. And it's good practice when you're first getting started. If you really want to get good, that's what those top producers do. Okay. Now, the average realtor, by the way, only does 3 transactions a year. Did you know that? In California, 3. Okay. That's why at the last meeting that we had, by the way, I wanted to do overcoming objections. because as you know, a lot of people are going to ask you, hey, Harvey, can you give me 1% back? You know, this other person's gonna do it. I really want to use you. You know, you have to know how to overcome those kinds of questions. Everybody's gonna ask you for commission or something back, okay? And I say, oh, you're just like my family. They don't pay full price for anything, you know, that they don't, okay? They're looking for sales and things like that. But you need to definitely discipline yourself and try to do as much lead generation you can. And as Stacy would probably tell you, what you do 3 months today will affect you 3 months down the line, and so on and so forth. You know, so if you're not doing it, you're not going to get it. Okay. Let's see. Oops. Thank you. Oh, I think we went too fast on this because I thought it was, I apologize. Your lead generation action plan. Okay. What are you currently? Is anybody doing any open houses right now? Or are you finding that there's not a lot of inventory out there? Is anybody doing any open houses at this time? Sunday? Okay. Okay. So you're going to get a lot of these templates that you can churn out and use, especially that sign-in sheet. I'm telling you, you can get a lot of people. Okay. And everybody and I walk up to them with my clipboard and I do this. Okay. I don't just say, sign. Okay. I put it in their face. Okay. Hey, can you please sign in for the seller? They want to know who's coming in. And then if they don't, oh, I don't really want to do that. Well, it's also for contact tracing, whatever, right? So they sign. Okay, everybody signs. And they say don't spam. On the back is that thing, I'll say, okay, I won't contact them. Okay. And that's okay. Because if you get a lot of people coming in, you want to go to the best ones ever. Right? So let's see. Jumped around on this. This is the first time in like 6 years that I taught this class. I'm going backwards. I've never done it on Zoom. Hey, the Zoom people, I apologize for going back and forth, because I got to find out where we left off when we switched up. Okay. Important follow up. Okay. Follow up. That's probably the number one thing that we don't do well, following up. Okay. So when your guests come in, someone said very next day, follow up. I'll do it right that moment if I can, or I'll do it after the open house. So I forgot who said that, but that's the correct answer. I do it as soon as possible, because if you don't, keep in mind, they probably went to many other open houses. Someone's going to call them, and you want that person to be you. Okay. Sellers who will list with you, again, when you're at an open house, you can figure out what they're trying to do. Can you ask them where they're from? You know, oh, you live down the street? Oh, which house is that? Okay. Remember, you got those title companies that you can go to. Just go down the street. You can figure out who's where. Okay. Because they'll have those little plot things. So I always try to do that as well. Find out where they live. Then I can go, hey, do you remember me? You know, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now, sometimes you get those, the nosy neighbors. We talked about it. I said, hey, would you mind signing in on this and just making this? I'm going to give you, I tell them, I'm going to give you the vacation form. Okay. The travel voucher. I'm going to give it to you anyway. Just sign it, because that way, I know you're telling me all this information. I want to know all this information about all these other neighbors that you know about. They know. So I want to make sure that I get in touch with them, you know. So I like getting in touch with the people that live there already, because they know why people live there, why people move out. Haven't met, waiting to be converted to Mets. That's how you soften them up and everything. That's as far as when you sending them things. Agents who could be recruit. Oh, if you find someone good there, you could get them in, because KW here is talking about filling up your downline, right? So if you get other agents you can recruit in. Well, right now, since I'm the team leader, you introduce me to them and I'll help recruit them for you. And that's what I would do. Okay. If you're not sure, since I know the different things going on. Anyone the above who may refer business to you. Yeah. You want to utilize everybody who's at your open house, and the people working with you at the open house. Make sure that, hey, at the very end, you talked with the lender or whoever, and you find out. You might even give feedback to the stager, because I see this sometimes. You go, They like the things that you have in there so much, they want to buy that stuff. Do you ever have that happen? They said, I want to buy that art piece. I'm in love with it. I had that happen recently. Okay, so yeah, maybe what you can do is buy that from the stager and give it as a gift or something, right?
Just buy this house along with me, and you got that.
And you get this, yeah, okay, you could do that.
And buy us over the house.
This is weird because I don't, 51, oh, going back, so, okay, we don't have to role play. But, okay, actually, when people go to open house, when you guys go to open house, how do you open up? What do you guys say? Anybody? Now you're going to open house. I walk in, what are you gonna say to me? Oh, you know me fast. Yeah. Oh, thanks. So far, so good. I'm coming here to see your house.
Very happy to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to walk around.
Is there anything special you can tell me about the house?
So whatever features I have, that's it.
All right, and now remember, home field advantage. You should know everything about that house, good and bad, or I'd say negative or whatever, because they want to work with someone honest. If you can, I can tell someone, okay, there's about $3,000 of termite damage, okay, and here I'll show you where it's at. And the average in the valley is 3,500. So really, honestly, this is not bad. So if they can overlook that, then maybe, you know, they see that, okay, I'll pay for that. They'll still go for the house. Because that's the truth. The average, I think, in the valley is about 3,500. It might be more now because of the supply chain and to repair things. So I would say maybe it's a little higher, but that's what I used to tell people. And so other things that you would say at an open house to get the person's attention. How do you break the ice? Does anybody have any way of talking to people? Nobody? Yes. You have an advantage. You can dance up to them, right? He's a dancer. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. What is that like? You're like, hey, how you doing? Because you know, you're okay. Yes. Okay, yeah. See, you can throw that in there as your prize, right? You give them some Bollywood. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's a smart idea. Yeah. Usually if I created a video for a listing, I'll play that in the house sometimes. I started doing that recently. So, but whatever you have. Yeah. Okay. Another thing is this. Now I sat on a diversity type, like a panel about, okay, and we had a Chinese person, I was that person, a Vietnamese person, a Korean person, an Indian person, and what's that? No, it was, no, I think it was whatever they had. This is at Silvar. They had a bunch of different ones, right? Now, for the Chinese, they say when you talk to them or you give them your card or something like that, you give it 2 hands, okay? You give it 2 hands, okay? Now, when you're Koreans, you give it 2 hands, but you don't look them in the eye. That's what I was told by Grace Pack, who's in our office. That's what she was on the panel too. Let's see. I'm wondering if there's any, what the Indians would they like you to do? Because I never asked that. Indians like discount. Okay. Okay. They don't care. Okay. All right. Just curious. Okay. Okay. Vietnamese, do they have any preferences, like how you want to greet them or anything? Okay. Okay. Just curious. Everybody's different, right? I don't know. I learned these things. You see, here's the thing. We all have transferable skills, each and every one of us, because we have different backgrounds, things. We can all learn from each other. I don't contend to know everything. I don't. I'll be the first to tell you. So sometimes you're going to run into those agents I've been around for 30 years. I know everything. I mean, but it's not true. There's a lot of new things that people just don't know. And we all know things. We all learn things. We can all learn from each other. That's why I like this company, because we're interdependent. We all share. Okay. I'm happy because I know even though I share all my stuff, I'm happy to see you guys get clients and pick up ideas and things like that. Okay. That's just the way it is. Whereas I was at these other companies, like I might have told you, independent, like on your island by yourself. It's way different. But anyway, I think we've covered a lot of stuff. We jumped around, so I didn't go through this this packet like perfectly, I guess. The way there are scripts and things you might want to just check on your own and find someone if you want to just practice those on. Okay. So did anybody print this out, or maybe we should print this out next time so you have like the manual? But a lot of the stuff that they have in here as far as the scripts, first thing I just want to find out, are you working? How do I find out if they're working with someone? First, I got to find out if they like the house you're looking at. And then I'll ask them, have you been writing offers or anything? Once you're going to figure that out right away. And if not, if they're not working with someone, they haven't written any offers, you go into attack mode and you get them signed into your thing. But that's the first thing, you sign them in. And by the way, walk around the house. What I do is I say, walk around the house, sign this part first, then walk around the house, come back for your guess. Because don't just make a guess based on the MLS that I listed for this price. Take a look around. What do you think it's going to sell for? Okay. Then what happens? So what happens is you give them a chance to walk around so you could talk to other people, and they come back, they'll make their guess, you get to talk to them again. That's the way I do it. Okay. Okay. I think that's it because we're running. Oh yeah.
So after we close the deal, right? And they have to pay. What do you do? Do you send them a gift?
I actually do. I've been giving people the Ring camera too, the doorbell, because every time they use it, I want them to think about me, because I am a safety person. So I also tell them on the side of the house, there's your, what do you call the fuse box panel, right? And usually it's not locked. Okay. I also sometimes buy them a lock to put on there, because what happened to me, I had a home invasion where someone came to my house. It was 10 o'clock at night and they opened the thing. They turned the lights, the switch off. I thought there was a blackout. So I went in my garage. I looked at the fuse box. I was okay. So I went to the front door to open up. As soon as I opened the front door, someone hits me in the head and says, "I'm going to kill you." Okay, this is true. I'm not lying about this. Okay, it's on my Facebook. So anyway, the long and the short of the story was, when they took off and everything like that. Okay, actually, there was blood everywhere. Okay, it was not from me. It was from whoever I got lucky and hit. It was dark. I couldn't even see. I was swinging and everything, and all this stuff happened. But then we went outside. And the police came, and that's where they saw that those locks. They went in there and they, what do you call it? They just turned it off. So now my neighborhood, here's another thing you can do. I started a neighborhood watch. I went around with my clipboard. I had something similar to what I gave you at Signage. Hey, let's share our information so we can be safe and we can call each other when we see unusual things. And then I email everybody. Now they see my signature on there. They all call me for real estate related things. So that was the easy way to get into the neighborhood. And I've spread it out and made it bigger. Okay. So that's an easy way for you to do it. Another class that maybe I'll teach is, getting off the subject a little, is because I didn't know how to get in front of the neighbors at first. So I did a garage sale thing. Okay. So I print out these things, a garage sale kit tells you the price of everything, how to price it. You had a marker, it was okay, and a sticker things you could stick it on the stuff. And then I went around putting all my signs around the neighborhood to direct them to those open houses. Then I would go to each open house that day. I'd bring water to them and I'd buy something for $1. So then they get to know you. Then after a while, I get to know these people and I got in touch with them. And I kept in touch with them. And eventually I got listings out of it. So just other things you can do. And that's cheap too. Remember, I didn't have a lot of money. So I did a lot of things very, very low budget or no budget. Okay. But now I'm telling you, take advantage of your affiliate partners, stagers, lenders, contractors. Have them come and help work with you because we all need each other. Okay. All right. So that's the end of it. Is there any other questions? Because I did skip around a little bit, so hopefully it wasn't too confusing. Huh?
I can afterward.
All right.
Already free something.
Okay. Anybody on the Zoom have any questions? I guess not. Okay. All right. Hey. Okay. Hey, thanks for coming. Okay. Hopefully I can do it smooth. This is the first time I did it in a while. But if you want the templates, email Raymond. I'm going to send them to Raymond and you'll get a copy of it. Everything. Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. Hey, people on Zoom, thank you for being here. Okay. And sorry, I jumped around and stuff like that all over the place. Okay.
Thanks, Harvey. It was a useful class.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The travel voucher. You know what I was doing?
How do you do that one?
Okay. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Okay. How do I?
And like you said, it gives you a reason to call back.
I'm going to turn this off, guys.
Say bye.
Okay. Bye. Call me if you have questions, though. Okay.